Are mass gainers good or bad? They're marketed all the time in different sorts of magazines, online. You see them all the time in nutritional supplement stores and pretty much everywhere. I've even seen some in like a Dick's Sporting Goods before. But that's what we're going to be talking about today. Are they good or bad for you? And I want to remind everyone, I have no medical training or nutritional training. I am simply interested in this topic. I am not a doctor, nor do I pretend to be one. I do not encourage the use of any substances, legal or illegal. I am not a chemist, and this video is strictly for educational and entertainment purposes only. Alright, so my opinion may not actually be what most people's opinion are. Most people say mass gainers are just outright bad for you, and you should never use a mass gainer, and overall they're just never worth it. I actually disagree. As with many things, I think it comes down to what are the ingredients, how many calories are in the total mass gainer, and are you using it for a meal replacement? Or are you using it to add on calories to the day? Or are you using it and only that, and you're going to be extremely nutrient deficient? In my opinion, it starts with, does it have a decent protein profile? So if you were using this as meal replacement, you would want, in my opinion, maybe 20 to 60 grams of protein. That's a pretty good starter area. Carbohydrates is where the really controversial stuff gets to, in my opinion. But I think if it's decently high and they're complex carbohydrates, or from complex sources, it's not that big of a deal. I think they're actually pretty useful and oftentimes can provide a lot of slow bleed energy throughout the day. But I've seen so many different formulas with crap ingredients, with high amounts of sugar. And that's just it. That's all of their carbohydrate sources. And so, in my opinion, those where it's just extremely high carbohydrates, moderate protein, low fat, and it's, it encourages you to have it all the time. And it's, such a huge bolster of calories that it would only essentially have you gain fat mass and no contractile tissue. I think it's silly. Granted, maybe those are great for people who are really hard gainers, but I would doubt it. At that point, I would just say find a decent mass gainer. I actually have a mass gainer I really enjoy, which is only about 540 calories, and it has 60 grams of protein, and I don't remember its carbohydrate and fat profile, which is unfortunate at the time of filming this video, but I remember liking both of those profiles and what the fats were actually made up of. I think as meal replacement, a lot of people discourage using a mass gainer as meal replacement, but I actually think it's a pretty good idea, specifically for people who have to work. When you have to work, 8-hour, 9-hour days, or maybe you have to work 8 hours a day and you get 1 hour for lunch, or you could not take your lunch break and just drink this while you work, and then you get more time at home. Things like that. I don't know. I don't think it's an awful idea for a meal replacement. Overall, I think mass gainer is actually a pretty good idea for people who have an easier time drinking stuff than eating stuff. I know that some people have a bit of a mental block when it comes to eating extreme amounts of calories throughout the day, especially because you have to eat like multiple meals. You don't have to. You can eat larger meals, but a lot of people have to break up their meals in order to actually be able to wait until they're hungry again. But sometimes when you're drinking stuff, you just kind of drink it without thinking about it, which helps a little bit when you're trying to gain weight. Many poor quality mass gainers exist, and they usually contain, like I said, extreme amounts of sugar and poor quality or no quality fats. And that's just my opinion. I also noticed that a lot of them will contain low amounts of protein, or they will have high amounts of protein, but it's plant-based protein, or like incomplete proteins. If you guys want a video on incomplete proteins, I can make one on that. And one thing that I think is extremely important for people, and they don't consider a lot when they're doing mass gainers, is taste and mixability. So taste is huge. If you don't like what you have to drink all day, I mean, you're not gonna want to gain weight with it, and it might even put a bad taste, quite literally a bad taste in your mouth for trying to even gain muscle mass. Mixability, I think, is also really big because I had a mass gainer back when I didn't know as much. Came in a bucket, quite literally, and it claimed that you could mix it with 14 ounces of water or milk, and it would mix. If you use the correct amount of heaping scoops, this would not mix whatsoever. It would turn into a pudding at best, and if you let it sit for, honestly, even like an hour, like when I say sit, I mean like if you put it in the fridge or anything, it would solidify like immediately, and you would have to mix it again. So I think mixability is huge, and many companies just want to put the biggest numbers they can on the front of their products, like 2,000 calories, and it's like most people don't need that many excess calories when they're trying to gain weight. I say most because maybe you do. I don't know your specific circumstances, and I'm not a nutritionist, but that is my 2 cents. I think, especially if you are trying to get, maybe 500 more calories in a day, and you could just drink it, and it's just like a simple 500 calorie mass gainer. Why not? That's my 2 cents. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys would like to see more of. Please subscribe to my channel. Please hit that bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Please like the video. Please comment down below. And if you are on Rumble, please follow my channel. Please hit that Rumble button and comment on this video. I will see you all in the next one. I hope you all are doing well, and remember to keep those shoulders back and down when you lift.